Hello everyone, I'm Tony Hembry and welcome to In God We Trust. With Christian and Muslim populations on the rise in India, a Hindu extremist leader has called for the forced sterilization of both groups. Sadhvi Deva Thakur, vice president of All Hindu Mahasabha, stated, "The population of Muslims and Christians is growing day by day. To rein this in, Centre, that's the government of India, will have to impose an emergency, and Muslims and Christians will have to be forced to undergo sterilization so that they cannot increase their number." She also challenged Hindus to have more children, and in another controversial remark, she called for idols of Hindu gods and goddesses to be placed in mosques and churches. The Global Council of Indian Christians labeled Thakur's comments as nonsense and said her ideology promotes hostility toward the minority communities in India. Now, the government of India is a constitutional republic, democratically elected, and upholds the statute of religious freedom. Like America, India allows individuals the freedom to choose their religion. The state gives every citizen the right to practice and promulgate any religion. Thus, all religions are equal under the law. Furthermore, the Indian Republic extends freedom of speech. So under the law, it is not illegal for Thakur to vocalize her religious zeal. But on the other hand, what was said are grounds for verbal assault, which is illegal under the law. Forced sterilization is the process of terminating one's ability to reproduce without his or her consent. So not only is the threat of forced sterilization a verbal assault, but it is also a violation of human rights. In fact, the United Nations statement on eliminating forced, coercive, and otherwise involuntary sterilization says that sterilization without full, free, and informed consent is frequently discriminatory and in violation of several other fundamental rights, including the right to health, privacy, founding a family, and the right to information. In addition, UN Special Reporter Juan Mendez says, medical treatments of an intrusive and irreversible nature when lacking therapeutic purpose may constitute torture or ill treatment when enforced or administered without the free and informed consent of the person concerned. What's more, forced sterilization actually contradicts the importance of life and family in the Hindu culture. Now, Hinduism is steeped in a continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, which is governed by the doctrine of karma. That asserts a good life will be rewarded with a favorable reincarnation, and a sinful life will lead to a lower being in the next life. And a universal tenet that stems from karma is all life is sacred. Therefore, Hindus practice avoiding violence, and many revert to vegetarianism because to them even killing an animal is considered sinful. Along with this view, the raising of children and the role of motherhood are highly sacred tenets of the Hindu faith. So Thakur's statement is not only a verbal assault and a violation of human rights, but it is also blasphemous against Hinduism. Also, and this might be obvious, Christianity is not a biologically inherited trait that can be controlled through eugenics. We are born with a sinful nature. As long as Jesus Christ reigns as King of Kings over this earth and heaven, and that is forever, there will always be a way to him despite whatever culture you are born into. See, contempt is the overflow of a prideful heart. When one speaks with contempt, they devalue that person with their words. Dr. Richard Kreutzer of the Francis A. Schaeffer Institute of Church Leadership Development says, "Contempt is a weapon that cancels out the other person's value. It declares that they are not worthy of you, so you treat them with arrogance and put them down. With this attitude, we will harbor resentment and create factions and divisions, not connections. Contempt is actually mocking another person or group, making fun of them and putting them down by words and deeds." Proverbs 18 says that people who harbor contempt in their hearts are troublemakers. Verses 1 through 3 say, "An unfriendly person pursues selfish ends, and against all sound judgment starts quarrels. Fools find no pleasure in understanding, but delight in airing their own opinions. When wickedness comes, so does contempt." As Christ followers, how do we respond and not react as victims of scorn? This is where the application of apologetics might be helpful. For instance, when you live in a country that upholds free speech and an individual or group tries to deny your rights in the name of their religion, you expose the contradiction. In this case, remind Thakur of the Hindu tenet that all life is sacred. By acknowledging the opposition's basic human rights, you have displayed a Christ-like attitude. We don't deny another person their basic rights because what they say or believe is contrary to what we say or believe. We value freedom because it is a God-given right. Jesus died on the cross so that we could have freedom in him. Many have fought and died for the cause of that freedom. It is the very basis for our right to religious freedom here in America. Let us never forget the high cost of freedom. It is a precious gift. Well, thank you for joining me today, and remember that you can get one of these totally awesome t-shirts from our friends at Inspire Tees on their website at inspiretees.com. Use the promo code BDTV to receive free shipping with your order. Every t-shirt purchased benefits the Ministry of Bible Discovery TV. Thanks for helping us spread his word. Well, until next time, let us fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. And that is our God in whom we can trust. We'll see you then.